Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tasha, and today we're gonna work on the temperature cardigan. So I have set aside this entire week to work on the temperature cardigan for February. I have most of it done, but I got a little bit behind last week and I decided I'm just gonna dedicate this entire week to catching it back up and then letting you know kind of the summary of what happened in February, since it is now March 1st. Actually, it's March 2nd today. And so that's what I'm sitting here to do. I'm eating some breakfast as of right now. I'm multitasking a little bit. I just finished writing down my temperatures that I need to finish right here. I made a mistake. I put March 1st right there. I should have been up there. But anyway, I just finished writing this in, and so now I am trying to gather all the colors. I've got this giant bag over here. Giant bag full of colors. They're not even all in here. But those are the ones that like I haven't used yet, or like the warmer colors, and so I've just kind of left them in the bag. So I'm here to gather some colors so I can bring them to work with me so I can start working on some squares. Just as a sneak peek, here's a stack of squares for the next row. I still need to block them, but there they are. I dove into, like a couple weeks ago, I dove into some of the darker colors. Like, that's pretty dark. I'm kind of excited though. We did kind of jump straight to like the 60s though, instead of hanging out. So like, we went from this, which was like below 30 degrees Fahrenheit, to all of a sudden, it's like these colors, these darker, like 60-degree colors. So I'm thinking that in the next couple weeks in March, we're gonna start getting back down into the like bluey area, like the colors that I have for the blues, but that'll be for next month's video. For this month's video, we have to catch up. There's only a few days left. Really, it doesn't take long. That's what I love about this project, is it doesn't take long to catch back up because each row is a day. And so it would take me no time at all to catch up. Now, the other thing I need to focus on is all of these ends. And I know that this project is going to be a lot harder on me at the end of the year if I don't focus on doing that. So that's also going to be a focus this year, as well as I have been making shorts updates every week, and I stopped doing those too. So I have to catch up on those and start posting those again so that we can get weekly updates. Anyway, let's pick out our yarn for this week, and I'll take you along with me because why not? This is going to be kind of vlog style, because that's what I feel like doing this week. So anyway, come along with me as I update my temperature cardigan. These are the colors that we're going to be working with for the last bit of the February squares. It's pretty good. These two are obviously colder. I don't know, that might not be obvious. In my color swatch, the blues are a little bit on the colder side. Then we get a little warmer with the purples, and then the greens, and then I go into pinks for the warmest colors. So that's what we're working with to finish up our squares. A lot of repeats, but that's essentially what we're working on. So let's get to working on these. Okay, I gotta try to be quick because we're at the end of my lunch break, but I wanted to show you what I finished today. I almost got through all of the days I needed to, but these are the 2 squares that I got done today. This square I had 3 rows already completed for this one, so I just did the outside, and then I've completed this entire square. The squares are my favorite color combo. I think this color is like throwing everything off, or these like, it goes from like the blues to the green and the purple. Not my totally favorite color combo. This one's like a little better, but it's just the way that the temperatures are going. It was just a little colder and then it warmed up a little bit. I don't know where my swatches are for my temperature cardigan. If I find it, I will pop up a picture somewhere to show you the colors. I'm struggling a little bit because these colors are kind of turning out really dark. I think I mentioned that earlier in the video. I'm finding like this one's fine, but there's like the couple squares before this one, if I can find them. Yeah, like this one, very dark. This one's not too dark. Where in the world are all my squares? Oh, here's another really dark one. So like I'm getting like a lot of really dark ones and I'm not sure. I think it's, again, I tried to do like find a good mix of colors for like darker colors and lighter colors, and I tried not to put them next to each other. Now, we do have to consider the fact that the temperature doesn't really care, and there may be days that are going to be this temperature one day and then this temperature over here the next, and they're not next, the colors aren't next to each other, but they could both be darker colors. So anyway, this is what we're looking like so far as squares. So they're looking pretty good. I really like them. There's just a lot of dark colors, and I know I picked some lighter colors, so it's fine. The other thing I was going to show you was on my iPad. I need to do this for the next couple, but probably could figure out an easier way to do this. But if you can see this giant stack of squares that I still need to sew in ends and put together, well, I have to block them first, then I'll put them together. But I'm getting nervous that I'm going to mix these up because I would like to connect them in the order in which that I made them. And so I decided to make this, oh, it's going to be really hard for you to see. I decided to like take pictures of them and kind of, this is in Procreate, and I just kind of put the pictures in there the way that as they come, so that this is like a reference. So when I start to put them together, I know which one, like how they're supposed to go. So this very first row is actually already all put together. If I can find that, I have that here. Anyway, I don't know where it is, but this very first row right here, I just took one big picture of it, and that's all together. And then I took individual pictures of each of the squares, not totally color accurate, but I need to take pictures of the last 2 that I just finished, and then I'll put them in the order. So this is the back of the cardigan. So this kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. Obviously they'll be together better, but this is just kind of like a reference so that I know what square to put next to what, so that if these do kind of get mixed up, it's not that big of a deal. So that mattered to me, and at first I was going to just try to keep up with doing, like if I finished 5, I would just put them together, but it's not working that way. So I don't want to get things all mixed up. So anyway, I thought I'd show you that. And yeah, we're trucking along. I've got a big old stack of squares. I'm probably going to take these in with me. And kind of maybe just work through the ends a little bit, because it's not going to take me long to like finish crocheting the rest of the squares. So anyway, there you go. What do you think? How do you like the colors? I'm loving the way that the colors are looking. I love this square too. This is probably one of my favorite squares. Like, look how pretty those are. Anyway, there's the update. Okay, so it's Wednesday, March 4th, and I apologize for the lighting. It is like really rainy and gross outside, but it's right before work, and I just wanted to give a quick update because I didn't do much, but I sewed in all my ends. So there's literally no square that has ends. I still think I need to do at least 1 square to finish up February, but all the ends are weaved in. I'm not sure yet in this video if I'm going to be able to put these squares together or not. I am going to need to block them, which I actually have the blocking thing right here. So I'm probably going to do that really quick before I get into work. I've got the little like metals things that go on this. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that really quick because that took a minute. I hate sewing in ends, but like I said, I know that I'm going to be in a world of hurt if I don't keep up on doing this. So every once in a while, I'm just going to have to force myself to do it because that's just going to make the end result way easier. And I'm going to be able to wear it quicker at the end of the year if I keep my ends sewn in as I go. So let's go put these on the blocking station and I'll show you after I do that. Okay, now it's raining, so hopefully that's not too loud, but I got them all on there. That didn't take long. I just dry block them, so let me know in the comments down below if there's any value in like wet blocking acrylic. This is 100% acrylic yarn, so I've always heard that you don't have to dry block, or you don't have to wet block acrylic, that it doesn't do anything to it. Like with like wool blends and stuff like that, you do want to wet block, but for acrylic you don't really need to do that. So let me know in the comments if you've had better luck like wet blocking acrylic, or if it does anything. I don't know. I've only ever dry blocked and it's worked just fine for me. But anyway, it's on there. So we'll see. If I have time by the end of this week, I may put these together. If not, we may not have time. I don't know. This week has been kind of a busy week and I have to make a couple things. Obviously not in this video, but my sister requested, it's her birthday at the end of the week. And so she's requested me crochet a couple things. And so I really need to get those done too. So anyway, it's just kind of been a busy week as far as everything else. And so I'm actually kind of glad that I was able to do this, because there really isn't much to this. Like I said, I have like one more square left. And so it might actually be a good thing that I chose this project to do this week, because isn't much to it and I have space to kind of do some other things. But anyway, there's the update on that. Hopefully we can get these put together, but I'm not totally sure. This is the other side. I'm holding my phone right now, so it'll be hard to show you, but this is the first row of squares that I mentioned earlier. And yeah, so I still have to sew in some ends. So speaking of ends, I still have to sew in a couple ends where I like joined it, and I join it with a mattress stitch. But hopefully by the end of this video, we'll have these together. I'm pointing to these, and we can maybe add it to this. So we'll see. We're getting closer though. We're getting closer. That's ideally what I'd like to do, is to put things together as I go, so that by the time we get to the point where we're ready to put all the pieces together, they're already all together. All the ends are weaved in and everything. So that's ideally the situation that I'd like to find myself in. So that's why I am trying to be as diligent as possible, as to get ends ends woven in and everything put together. So anyway, there's the update. I will see you in the next update. It's Friday, March 6th, and we're still working. I just finished the last. There's so much noise going on right now. There's a disaster response vehicle at the police station across the street, and they randomly keep turning it on, and I'm so irritated about it. They've scared me at least twice, because I'm trying to sit out here and work on this. Anyway, I hate living in the middle of the city. I don't live in the middle of the city. I hate working in the middle of the city. Trying to record is a nightmare, because there are loud trucks. There are the police station is over here. The fire station is over here. I literally cannot get quiet. Anyway, so if you hear any of that, I'm sorry. Anyway, I finished this one. This was the next one. This was the last 3 days of February. Actually, really pretty color combination. And the first day of March is going to be 67, so it's going to be periwinkle. Anyway, so if you imagine a periwinkle, that'll be a pretty square. But anyway, this is the February month video, so we won't get into that. I'll show you that next month's video. But anyway, I finished it. This is the only thing that I have that still needs ends sewn in. I think I gave this update already, but I actually did sew in all of my ends, and they are still blocking. As you can see, I did not put them together because I just wanted to give them time to block. So there you go. Now some of these squares, like especially these 2 squares, were from January, so we will put those aside. But these are all, I believe, February's squares. So as you can tell, it warmed up quite a bit. So I'll kind of just show them to you quickly. Obviously not in the order in which they happened, but, and then this is the very last one. So there you go, that's February. So it looks like our highest temperature for February was 78 degrees Fahrenheit, which is purple color. The last 2 rows, that is 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And it looks like our lowest temperature was 27 degrees Fahrenheit, which I believe is gonna be the end of one of these ones. So I think it's this one. Anyway, so that's pretty cold. That's a pretty big difference. It was February 1st, literally February 1st, and January, at the end of January, there was a lot of the winter weather and stuff like that. So I think that was like kind of the end of that winter weather that we were having. And it pretty much picked up temperature right after that, as you can tell. Pretty much like February 2nd, the high temperature was 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So it went from 27 degrees as the high to 59 degrees as the high. It was just how Arkansas is. The temperatures just go crazy. So anyway, I apologize that there wasn't more to this video. This week was a little bit on the busy side. There was a lot of other things I was doing. I know this has nothing to do with this video, but I mentioned that I was making a gift for my sister for her birthday. It was the SpongeBob and Patrick that I made. This is the second set that I've made. Oh, I just figured I'd show them to you. So I had to do that, and then my cousin's little boy is having a birthday this weekend, and so I wanted to make him a shark. And so there was just a lot of other things to work on, but I am glad I got all of these done and all the ends sewn in. That's really what I care about. So next month I'll probably put these together because I really need to work on that. I tried to do this outside. that was a lot. It's really windy outside. And so partnered with the whole like police station behind me, trying to deal with that. And then the wind, like my yarn was just going like crazy. Like it was blowing in the wind. And then my yarn ended up on the ground. Here's me thinking that it would be like really nice to just sit outside and crochet, and then it just didn't end up working out the way I thought. So it is what it is. Next time I think I'll just go to the park and try to do it there because it's just more comfortable there. This is the middle of the city, and like I said, police officers kind of come in and out of that area behind me. So it's not super conducive. But anyway, got everything done. I'm glad that I got it done. I'm really loving the way it's looking. Very dark, kind of, I'm okay with that. I am excited because I think we're gonna start really warming up this month in March. So feel free to subscribe if you wanna see that, because I will try to have a monthly video every month. A monthly video every month, imagine that. Usually I'll post it either the last month of the week or the first week of the next month, which is how this one's gonna go. The other thing that I mentioned in this video that I was going to try to do is to catch up on my weekly updates on my shorts channel. I didn't do it. I did not have time. So I don't know if I may just do one long video talking about like the entire month. I don't know. I'm like 3 weeks behind at this point. So I don't know what I'm going to do to catch up. I will eventually catch up, but that is one thing in this video that I did not catch up on because again, it was just really busy. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you liked that chaotic thing, feel free to subscribe, like the video so I know that you like this kind of stuff. And I will put down below the link to this little tracker. This is from Crafty Mompreneur, Tammy from Crafty Mompreneur. It's on her Etsy shop. It's like $2. But if you're interested in that, I'll link it down below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you watching. And I really hope you have an amazing weekend. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.